Hey, I'm Andrea, and this video is about the newest member of the Rays rotation, Aaron Civale. The Rays acquired Civale in a trade yesterday with the Cleveland Guardians in exchange for their top first base prospect, Kyle Manzardo. Civale is the type of pitcher who relies on his command for his success, and we can see in this graph that he's always had historically above average control. His highest walk rate has actually been this season, which is 7.2%. And that's still over 1% better than MLB average. Command is a little harder to quantify with stats, but it's always been a key to his success. Now we'll get into Civale's plan of attack versus each hand because it does look a little different depending on whether he's facing a righty or a lefty. Starting off against right-handed hitters, Civale leans on 4 pitches: cutter, curveball, sinker, and then rarely mixes in a 4-seam. So looking at these heat maps, we can see that he typically throws outer half to righties with that cutter and the curveball, and he occasionally throws the sinker in on righties and then rarely mixes that 4-seam to the upper outer third. Some trends I've noticed: first pitch, he has heavy cutter usage. When the batter's ahead, he tends to go to that sinker. And then when there are 2 strikes or when he's ahead, he has heavy usage of the curveball. And you may have noticed for the curveball in the heat map here that there are 2 major areas of concentration for where he throws it. So in counts with 2 strikes, Civale tends to throw the curveball below the zone, and we can see that more clearly in this graphic, which is his heat map specifically for curveballs in 2-strike counts. And I'm not trying to help out an opposing team here, but considering the high curveball usage in 2-strike counts and the tendency to throw below zone, if hitters recognize spin out of the hand or recognize it as a breaking pitch, they really should just lay off in 2-strike situations. Now moving on to Civale versus left-handed hitters, he uses the cutter and the curveball mostly against lefties, but he also rarely mixes in his 2 fastballs. So similar to how he was staying outer half most of the time versus right-handed hitters, he's throwing the cutter and the 4-seam to the outer half against left-handed hitters. And he throws the curveball down and into lefties and then the sinker to the upper half. Some trends I've noticed here is that the cutter is his go-to in all situations, but he starts mixing in the curveball when he's ahead and with 2 strikes. Civale's best 2 pitches are his cutter and his curveball, so let's take a quick look at what those look like. His cutter is 87 to 90 miles per hour and has slightly above average cut and depth. His curveball is 76 to 80 miles per hour and has plus sweep and plus depth. I think Civale is a really nice addition to the Rays rotation, who now have a really strong top 4 in McClanahan, Glasnow, Eflin, and now Civale. And that doesn't even include Taj Bradley, who's been up and down from AAA, working out some kinks, but has really good stuff. And Civale is not only going to help out the team this season, but is under team control through the end of the 2025 season. So we've got 2.5 more years with him. Let me know what you think of this trade, and if you like this video, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter at Scalco Report. Thanks for watching!